WandaVision keeps bringing the hits, and we're not just talking about that Fire Agatha All Along remix. In episode 8, Agatha confronts Wanda and forces Wanda to confront herself, and the episode continued to weave its threads into the greater MCU before ending with a big white cliffhanger going into the season finale. Hello there, I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and here is every Marvel Easter egg and reference we found in the penultimate episode of WandaVision.
Please, I can be good.
No, you cannot.
Marvel likes to get creative with their opening logos, and in episode 8 you'll quickly notice that it's purple this time around, signifying that Agatha has taken control of the show. We then get a mini origin story for her dating back to the Salem witch trials of 1693, which is a bit different from the comics where she's an ancient sorceress who was alive back when Atlantis sank into the ocean. And that could still actually tie in somehow. When Agatha's mother tries to take her down, her power manifests itself with an energy crown which looks a lot like that of Jared Na, an Atlantean sorceress introduced in Fear Number 15 way back in 1973. And if that's the case, Agatha's powers might be Atlantean in origin, and if so, the Book of Magic in Agatha's basement could be the Tome of Jared Na, one of the most powerful books of magic ever created.
Did you stop that bomb? You used a probability hex.
We've expected for a while that Marvel was going to do some retconning of Scarlet Witch, and episode 8 finally did it, revealing that Wanda was a young witch all along whose power probably would have disappeared had she not been exposed to the Mind Stone. And we got to see, or almost see, one of her first times using magic when she cast what Agatha called a probability hex, which dates all the way back to her debut in X-Men number 4. And she used that hex on a Stark Industries bomb, which, as mentioned in Age of Ultron, led to her and Pietro's initial hate of Tony Stark. And it turns out the commercial from episode 1 was pointing to this scene, showing a Stark Industries toaster with the same flashing light as the unexploded missile.
Doctor, with respect, not one subject has survived direct contact.
We then see Loki's scepter again, and it gives Wanda a mysterious vision, no pun intended, where she briefly sees her own future self complete with her traditional comic book headdress. And there's also a Stan Lee Easter egg in the episode. Look closely at Wanda's license plate and you'll see it says Excelsior, a Latin word meaning ever upwards, which was Lee's catchphrase back in the 60s. And we missed this one last week, but the Wanda license plate from episode 7's opening credits, it had Stan Lee's birthday on it, December 28, 1922, stamped right at the top.
This whole little life you've made. This is chaos magic, Wanda.
Agatha, wearing an outfit very similar to her comics counterpart, finally figures out that Wanda is so powerful because she wields chaos magic. In the comics, chaos magic is associated with the elder god Chthon, and Doctor Strange initially believed that it was just a figment of Wanda's imagination, but the truth was revealed when Chthon invaded Earth and unfortunately proved the Sorcerer Supreme wrong. And they finally said Wanda's comic name in the MCU, which Kevin Feige has been saying would happen since the Comic-Con experience in Brazil in 2019. But unlike the comics where it's an inherited title, the MCU's definition of the Scarlet Witch seems to differ, and Scarlet Witches appear to be much more rare.
We took this thing apart and put it back together again 1,000,000 times, when all we needed was a little energy directly from the source.
Episode 8 revealed that the Vision in Westview is a magical construct, which is why he couldn't leave. But it turns out that S.W.O.R.D. has managed to repair the real Vision, who they view as the greatest sentient weapon ever made. And Vision 2.0's new white look is a direct nod to the 1989 Vision Quest storyline, in which Vision was disassembled and brought back as a colorless, emotionless synthezoid who considered human life irrelevant, so he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. It sucks that we've only got one episode left, but by all accounts it's going to be a good one, so make sure you're following along right here with us at Screen Rant for all of the juicy details. I'm Greg Elliott, thank you so much for watching, and I'm out. See ya.